they'll put this on the shelf. He's in there. The customer, he'll put that mic on and run down his shirt.
Okay. And he's in there?
I think so.
Can you hear me? You can? Son of a gun. Let me unplug this radio. You may just go around and tell them what to do from this point? Okay. All right. Okay, guys, you got C-post cut, both rockers cut through. Okay. All right. You're blocked up, right? Yeah. Ready to roll back. Okay, one of you guys needs to watch our brake lines and fuel lines and make sure we're not getting hung up in our jack or anything. Don't let the wheels run on as we're rolling back. Are we cleared? All right. Guys, roll it back just a little bit, rock it. Probably let's let down on these just a little bit, guys. All right. Okay.
It's stuck on here. Just catching that metal tension a little bit. Once this hole, man. Just put some block that front wheels. We can probably
just block this up just a pinch. jack on the rocker on the other side, and let's get just a little bit of relief off of that rocker. Because we're just in a little bit of a bind. Okay, guys. Come on back.
One side off.
We undone?
Yeah, a little bit pieces.
Okay, roll her on back. Okay, easy, watch your brake lines. Okay, let her sit right there for a minute.
So tell us what you just did, what they did.
Okay, we've got a car that, a late model car that was hit severely in the rear end. A lot of this structure, it doesn't look so bad now because a lot of the structure has been pulled out before we cut it off the car. But as you can see from over on this side, typically a body shop would total this vehicle for the fact that it is so severe damage, but there is unitized rear body sectioning that you can properly do following ICAR procedures, that we can take a donor clip from a recycling yard, which you see over there, the silver car, that's already been prepared and inserted. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put the two cars back together using the floor factory seam. We're sectioning in the rocker area and we're sectioning at the post area. The car will be as structurally sound as it was the day before it was wrecked. We're not concerned about any structural integrity loss, and the car's going to be put back to pre-accident condition. It'll make an excellent driver.
Ready.
Okay. Start off by just saying who you are, where you're from, who your buddies are, and what you're doing.
Okay, I'm Carlos from Ada, Oklahoma. I go to school at OSU Tech.
Start again by.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm Carlos from Ada, Oklahoma. I go to OSU Okmulgee, and these are a couple friends of mine. We got Jared Mayfield, Josh Lytle, and Kurt Grantham right there. They helped me take this clip from the factory seam. We drilled out spot welds and then busted the seam under here where the floor pan went up. And we got over here the inner structure of the rocker. Then we cut through. We're gonna put this insert in here and do a insert butt joint. We're gonna spot weld this right here. We're gonna do half that insert, and then we got a cap that's gonna go here. That's this outer rocker panel, and then we're gonna weld that back up. We got the same way on the other side, and then up here we have the C-pillar that we offset for, I guess, better support. You don't have to do an insert too much with this, but anyway, but we got it offset. The other side of the car that's gonna be longer, it's gonna fit right here, and then it's gonna be short on this side, so it'll make a good weld and good strong connection right there.
So, do you feel like you're getting the kind of training that you need to get out in the world?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, this is a pretty big job for us as far as, I mean, when we go out and into the workplace as interns, I mean, we're not going to get to tackle too much of this stuff, but it's kind of covering everything we need to start off as far as sectioning and doing correct procedures, along with the, we'll probably have smaller jobs with just hat rails and things of that nature, and maybe a quarter panel that we'll work on, but this is a pretty good sized job with the whole cutting a car in two and putting it back together, so.
Yeah, go ahead, that'd be fine.
I'm Jared Mayfield from OSU Okmulgee. I'm originally from Hugo, and we're here to learn how to clip a car. And along with learning how to section it, we're learning a lot of other stuff as far as all your wiring you're doing in here, your brakes, your gas system, everything like that. We had to take the back glass out. We learned everything as far as that. And this is a clip we're connecting to this, and it did not come with any rear suspension. So we're gonna have to swap the old suspension onto this when we start to get to that. And I guess that's basically a lot of what we're doing, a lot of electrical as far as doing that. So
So did you think this was the kind of education you'd be getting when you came down here?
Yes, sir. I've learned a lot more than I planned on, than I had realized we're going to be doing. This is a lot more learning, a lot of advanced learning. We're going to learn a lot doing this. This is real good.
Stand by. Stand by and march away.
All right, what we've got here is a Ford 500. Obviously, you can see it's been hit very hard in the rear. We've had it up on the Chief frame rack. We use Chief systems to pull with. We had to pull it straighten this intersection and get the doors to align. We're going to leave the doors on for alignment purposes. You can see right here we've cut a window to gain access to a factory seam. I just forgot, I went blank.
That's all right, I was kind of right here. So why don't you talk about this? Just stay right where you are and then start talking about that and walk into the frame.
Okay. What we've got right here is the clip for the 500. We also cut this car in half as well. We're going to be we've been all trained for I-car welding. We cut it right here. Right here's where we're going to replace our window. Here's our factory seam right here. We cut it right across the floor pan. Also, we're going to be connecting it back with a factory seam, which is where I-car says we need to weld it back. We've made inserts to go right in here.
We'll start right where you did, back here.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay, right here we've made inserts to go inside these rocker panels to gain structural integrity. Very important, very high strength part of the car, structural part of the car. We want to get that back to factory strength. It's very important. Right here's the seam we're going to be going across. We've drilled out all these spot welds across here. And that will be basically where the car is going to be mated back together.
So how do you feel about what you're learning here?
I think it's great. I've learned more than I ever thought I would. It's been a wonderful training process and I've enjoyed it.
Tell me your name and where you're from.
My name is Aaron Younger. I'm from the Shawnee area.
Do I need to look at you and point?
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to look like an idiot.
Well, yeah, just look at me and talk a little bit about it. Like you're like I'm somebody you're showing through all this.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'll ask you a question.
I'm not much on this. Is all that background noise going to matter? Huh? All right. Vehicle came in, had a scratch right here. We had to sand that, feather edge that, and prime it. We mixed up some color, and now a student's done a blend. He blended the color onto the fender, back into the door, and because the location of the hood had to blend color up onto the hood, and then put clear coat over the door, fender, and hood. And now he's in the process of sanding and buffing. He's found a couple of minor imperfections. He's trying to find and sand and buff those out. And that's where we are right now in this particular vehicle. It was shot today. It was shot, I think, 2 days ago.
Why don't you explain it all over again now that he's in here working?
Okay. Sand that off right there. That little mark, the ink, sand that away. Sorry. I didn't want the ink on there. What we've got here is the customer had a vehicle, has some scratches right here on the door, a little bit of damage there, a little dent. Cody's come back in here, repaired that, did the body work on it, primed it, painted the color, and did a blend where he blended the color onto the back portion of the door, the middle portion of the door, I should say. Blended the color onto the fender, and because of the hood location, we had to blend color onto the hood and clear coat the door, the fender, and the hood. Now he's in the process of sanding the clear to eliminate any possible orange peel or dirt nibs that may be in the way, and he's going to start buffing it up. He has done some buffing on it, but he's got some other areas he needs to repair.
Hello, my name's Wendell Milne, and I'm instructor at OSU Okmulgee, and I'm in the structural division. Today we've got this 2005 Sable, and we've taken and cut the front rails out from under it. First we straightened it and cut the upper rails out of it and the aprons, and we're going to install and section 2 rails, both the left and right, and 1 upper rail back in the car, okay? And we're right in the middle of the process of that, of straightening all the rails and putting the new pieces in, okay? So.
Tell us what's going on. Explain what's happening now, Wendy.
Now right here, they've got this 1 rail, and they're straightening the inner part of it where it had just a little bit of a bow. On the other side of the car, they've already got their rail in place, and they're lining it up, clamping it in place, and they're going to start their welding process. They're taking self-drilling screws on the other side as you hear the noise, and they're cinching the rail together tight right prior to welding. We've taken the Genesis measuring system by Chief Easyliner, and they've got the rails in the proper position, especially on the other side, and they are going to take that rail once it gets in proper position and weld it in place, okay? And actually on this other side, just like I explained, they've got their outer rail cap ready to put on there. They're screwed in place. You see all the variety of clamps that we're using to hold it together. And they're screwing every other hole so that they can pull it up tight prior to welding. We'll build the rest of the car by putting the upper apron and the upper rail on there, and then finally we'll end up putting the core support on there.
So when people say this is hands-on learning, this is hands-on learning.
This is hands-on learning without a doubt. The students do the work. Another important thing is that it's not minor repairs. We do major repairs here, where that we've had to pull the motors before. On this particular car, we're not pulling the motor, but we've had to change out the cradle first and also put these rails back in there. Okay, come on over here. 3 down. We can see right there that the rail that he was just working on is 3 millimeters down, it's 4 millimeters in, and it's actually 1 millimeter long by using this machine. So we just need to correct the height on it, and as 3 millimeters being down, and the width before we get ready to weld. Okay, this is machine's about $24,000-$25,000. It measures to the millimeter and is very, very helpful in sectioning rails and putting on any frame member that you section or put in at the factory seam. Very, very beneficial. Over here. Hey, that person over got safety glasses on.
Okay, I'm going.
Hey. Hello, my name's Wendell Milne. I'm the structural instructor at OSU Okmulgee. Today we're working on a 2005 Sable. The vehicle's been hit in the front. We've taken and held the motor up and dropped the motor cradle out and replaced it. We pulled the frame rails or the unibody rails around upper and lower and got them in the structurally correct position. And from that point we are sectioning those rails. We're putting the outer caps on some of the rails and also putting the outer and inner upper rail over on the right hand side. If you walk over here, we can see that what we've done right here, we've sectioned this rail, cut the outer cap on, and also the reinforcement. We're sectioning that in layers, okay? They are straightening some of just a little bitty dents that they had in the rail when they cut it off using their spot weld cutting tool and also their chisels and stuff. They're just making some corrections now to make sure that it's all structurally sound and straight. Okay, let's move around the other side. Okay.
Get over there, and you walk around the side.
On this other side of the vehicle, this set of students have already got their rail put in place. They're taking self-drilling screws and they're fastening that rail to the existing rail. You see the multiple clamps that they've used on this system holding this together. They've got it lined up. They're using the Genesis to make sure it's in a structurally correct place. From that point, when they get it all screwed down in perfect position, then at that point we're going to take the MIG welder and weld it back into proper position. Okay, Aaron, on that frame rail that you're putting on over there on the right hand side of that car, how many millimeters does it need to move out?
5.
About 5 millimeters, basically?
Yeah.
And how much does it need to go up?
Needs to go up 3.
Needs to go up 3, and the length's all right, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to do just a little bit more prior to welding, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Looking great.
All right.